aggressive hunter right now. Anything paired with an Ares is allowed to be a little aggressive, plus Hachiman is safe enough that he's not really overextending by any means if he's up there with Jake.
The Camelot Kings are looking to dethrone the Olympus Bolts. Can they do it in game number 1? We'll take it to the casters to find out.
It's time to get your weekend started, and what a way to kick things off. The Camelot Kings and the Olympus Bolts fighting it out to see if the Bolts can continue.
Because as much as I like the Hell and its capability to cleanse all the CC coming from the Bolts, who can start fights? Because it can't be Variety, and it can't really be Genetics.
Uh-oh, Captain Twig. I don't think he's going to escape this one. Haddix and Lasbra combine, and no beads, no chance at the escape, and the blue buff is coming up. This is where some of that threat was, wasn't it, when you can put this pressure on? I don't know if Dark Horse does these guys justice anymore. I mean, they are in the race. They're not a Dark Horse in the race, just like Netrioid might be a Dark Horse to survive here in the duo lane. Lasbra drops down Winds of Shamash. The snipes are there, but Barracuda and Laz on either end of it, waiting for the kill to fall, and it's Barracuda who picks it up. Well timed, not much Netrioid could do about it, doesn't even bother burning the bead, but still some skirmishing on the right-hand side.
Twig's in trouble, his beads are still down, but no pull thanks to Variety's Hell.
Variety, though, now caught in the fray, and Awesome Jake will pick up and kill the Olympus Bolts, picking apart the Camelot Kings all across the map. Netrioid down on left, Variety down on right. And the Olympus Bolts have 3 kills on the board now, 1.8k gold in the lead.
Does that amount to a massive lead? Of course not. But it shows good map presence from the Kings.
Anti-heal then becomes a topic of conversation. The conversation we'll have in a moment after Awesome Jake goes down and the Camelot Kings find themselves on the board. Just a bit of an overstay from Jake on the Ares. Get taken into combat, you can't blink away. Easy pickings for the Kings, and they're going to shrink up that gold gap even further.
Too much because he's so far ahead that he's going to do a ton of damage to someone like this Gilgamesh, who's down 4 levels to him, 2 levels to his jungle opposition.
Uh-oh, Genetics a bit caught out here. He'll dash away, but Lasbra wants to close that gap around the side. Both of the carries for the Camelot Kings close the gap, and Lasbra left alone. 1 and 2, good on to Barracuda. Is the third there. It's Aegis out, but now Big Man Tings can jump on in, and he's got the damage, and Barracuda's got no chance. Now Awesome Jake being chased down. The chains are out, and he'll dodge out the pin, so he'll survive for the time being.
Captain Twig's going to find Ven, force out the ultimate, though, and Ven's already uses Purification Beads. This is a great dive coming from Twig, but maybe a little too much.
What do the Kings want to do here? You've got Big Man Tings feeling good about himself now, but a bit risky to go for a dive. And you die, you're okay with it? Don't have that ability now under the FG, and that's what the Camelot Kings are going to take advantage of. They're going to start up the Fire Giant.
Genetics can tank this for a while if Variety's going to be able to heal him up, but Variety's frontlining.
Oh, Frenzy is used here, and Awesome Jake will use the pull. He's got a lot in the chains, but he'll be killed off before it matters. Killing spree for Big Man Tings, and the Camelot Kings routing the Olympus Bolts in a Fire Giant skirmish. Back to the FG go the Kings. This one should go quietly.
I'm pretty sure, I thought I recognized him on my milk carton this morning, but Lasbra's missing, apparently. He wasn't there.
Call someone about it.
We should call someone about it. He was in that fight very momentarily because he dropped to the ult, but that's what I'm talking about. If your fight starts down, you know, a Spirit Robe or a Mantle of Discord, just get some all props and try to be able to withstand this onslaught that is the Camelot Kings.
The Camelot Kings now turn their eyes towards the Phoenix that was first opened up earlier on in this game, right side, and look at how much damage it is passively taken here. Now you do have to worry about fire minions. Waves pushing down the left. Awesome Jake uses his ultimate there, but Variety cleanses everyone. No beads have to get used there, but the Olympus Bolt able to re-engage now on the back end. What's happening here? The Camelot Kings starting to crumble. 1 down, but there's a kill traded out. Vananu on the backside still wailing away. A Captain Twig, low health targets if Variety is able to re-engage, but he's not. And the Olympus Bolt stand strong under the right side Phoenix.
They stand strong, but they're not able to really get as many kills as they needed if they want to really turn this game. Still, they keep their right side Phoenix alive momentarily, but with how much damage their Titan's going to take from this fire wave and being able to defend that left side Phoenix as it spawns, I'm not surprised the Kings are going to try their hand at sticking around, but I don't think they can do it without Netrioid here, and they will have to back it up. And the big difference there, Dave, still Tings ends up falling in the end, but that was much better from the Bolts. And now their Phoenixes are up. They've got a chance, but they can't lose Jake here.
This game is far from over, but it could be if this fight goes the way of either team. And the first kill goes to the Kings, immediately traded out as Netrioid goes down. Captain Twig chasing down Barracuda. Has he got the damage? Yes, he does. Down goes Barra, then Awesome Jake follow him to the grave as well. Now Lasbra has to use the beads, but the Camelot Kings, they found their picks. They're chasing down the stragglers, and they'll take game 1.
That was huge for the Kings. It nearly worked out well for the Bolts. Lasbra's drop kick had actually hit Variety into Captain Twig. It would have stunned them both, and BRZA might have been able to do some nasty things with that Hachiman, but it was just barely off the mark on an incredibly difficult to execute play, and it ends up not being quite enough. Jake just in the wrong spot on that Ares, just gets picked way too early, doesn't use his ultimate as CC immunity, doesn't blink away if it was up. It might not have been whenever he got rooted, but all I know is that he didn't get a chance to affect that fight at all, and I don't think the Bolts were winning that fight 5v4.
I don't think Awesome Jake here is going to have anything to say about this Titan defense, and the Camelot Kings will take down the Olympus Bolts in game number 1. And it's
really makes me lean a little bit more towards the Kings just because that is so problematic. But we've seen some great plays out of a Horus and the right occasion. Same thing with the Kakulin. I like the setup for the Bolts, and I think it's a little more consistent since they have it coming from 3 places, so I'm going to lean towards them.
Well, we'll see if the Bolts are able to take it to game number 3, or are the Camelot Kings going to shut them out? Dave and Aggro are going to bring us the call.
Well, if we do get to a game 3, J-Mac, it's certainly not something that the Olympus Bolts are not used to. They are on a win streak here in Phase 2.
Much better. And I'm not surprised that the Bolts are going with this type of pace, considering how last game went. I think if I'm Lasbra, I'm saying, hey guys, you know, that's on me. I kind of didn't do it. I wasn't able to keep pace and farm. I'm going to need to do more with farming in this game.
Where a Wind of Rage and Steel gets used early. That means Variety under a bit of pressure here. Luckily, Haddock's able to get that kill. The taunt from Lasbra just a bit wide, but that's okay because Haddock's had the knockback there. And then First Blood over to the Olympus Bolts. Hey, it's similar, isn't it? Haddock's got First Blood in game 1. Now Haddock's got First Blood here in game
I love that play from the Bolts. They don't overplay their hand. They don't overcommit, and it opens up something like this.
That's right. Smart from the Olympus Bolts. Let's take advantage of a small advantage that might become bigger if the Gold Fury gets taken down. Genetics eats a knock-up alongside Captain Twig, who has to leap over the wall back to the red buff. Still no ultimate for Genetics, and that means Haddox picks up the first kill of the fight. Awesome Jake looking for the chase, but there's nothing to be found, and the Olympus Bolts find one and turn back towards the Gold Fury.
Ooh, nice ultimate from Haddox. Gave himself CC immunity.
no,
Now it's Twig who's in trouble because of the dive from Jake.
That is so much damage onto Twig, but Netroid's got the snipes, and BRZA goes down. Variety alone in the back line now, and the Olympus Bolts suddenly in full retreat here as the Camelot Kings with Netroid and BMT turn the tables. And they pick up 2 kills.
And you see the value of having something long range like this Rob. I think I'm down to take a firefight at this point if I'm the Bolts, if the Kings are starting it for me. So if I'm the Bolts, I'll poke my head in. I'll make sure they don't get this for free. But I don't want to take a fight that loses us the game.
So maybe if there's a fight, it could be impactful. Haddox,
there's a fight.
Excuse me, founds the back line. It's a big knock-up from the Kukulkan. Argus has found the grouping of the Olympus Bolts roster. Snipes from Netroid tickle a little bit of damage into the Olympus Bolts, but they're able to back away just fine. 3 ultimates down for the Camelot Kings, 3 ultimates down for the Bolts.
Lasbra pretty low, so he's going to try and reset and gets it off in time. But Variety knows about it. I think he placed that ward in time, so they know that there's only 4 people here on the Oni Fury.
Oni Fury pulled now by the Olympus Bolts and abduct onto Awesome Jake. Hey, he's dead this time around. Big Man Tinks and Netroid, they've got the damage. It's been reset, but hasn't really. The Camelot Kings take down the Oni Fury, and Barracuda's not able to get the kill with the rest of the Olympus Bolts onto Variety.
You want to talk about buy one, get one free. I don't think Variety didn't even buy one.
He didn't buy one.
He got 2 free.
Yeah, I'll take that deal every day of the week. Could be a free one, though, for the Olympus Bolts, and it is, and it's Barracuda who picks up the kill. Watch out in the rest of the fight, though, because Genetics has abducted Haddox, and Netroid rolls aggressively in the back to find the kill. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel puts Awesome Jake in a bit of a tough spot. Now the rest of the Camelot Kings trying to chase him down, but a blink might get him out to safety. He turns back just briefly. Now is the knock-up onto Genetics, and Argus still swinging away. Lasbra might reinitiate, but he chooses otherwise.
Oh, big blink in from Variety. Double knockup, double polymorph. Barracuda nowhere to go. Beautiful play coming out of the King solo layer just when the Bolts thought they'd gotten away.
I thought they had gotten away as well, and now the Camelot Kings have eyes on this Tier 2. Bolts down 2 members. Captain Twig up in 5 for the Camelot Kings. And the Tier 2 likely falls. Jake tried to back there. Luckily this time won't be punished for it, as the Camelot Kings have started it up just a moment ago. Active down. That's Venenu without his beads. Look out, Lasbra dealing damage to Captain Twig. There's the pin on the backside as well, and that's forced the ultimate out of both junglers. But watch out, Awesome Jake on the reinitiation, but he's alone. Nobody took it with him, and Netroid picks up the kill.
I think it's right that they didn't take it with him because he went straight into the teeth, and now Venenu trying to lifesteal through all the damage coming from the Kings. And he dodges out that last snipe, still juking Variety.
Watch out though, Netrioid taken low. He's got the Scarab's blessing on himself, and the Bolt's not able to clean up the kill. Venenu and Jake are gone. Nobody from the Camelot Kings is dead. Netrioid's had to leave, so a TKO onto one. But the chase begins, and Big Man Ting's leading the charge. Argus is the one right up front there. Caledonian Boar out from Barracuda. It's bot, 3 big stuns, and now the Olympus Bolts could maybe turn it around, but there's not enough damage. There's an abduct from Genetics, the kill from Variety, and the Camelot Kings running away with this game.
Argus is doing more than most of the Bolts in these fights, man. He's still going and is going to get the killing blow for Big Man Tings onto Haddix. That whole fight going to preemptively use my Xing Chen ultimate. And the Bolts were right to not take that ultimate. It was just not a good ultimate there at all for Jake, who continues to struggle in this system.
Can Jake make magic happen and steal away the FG? No, he cannot. And the Camelot Kings, without much sweat, are actually able to get that one. Actually, it could be worse here. Awesome Jake lucky not to get stunned against the wall, but I don't think it's going to matter. They get an FG and a pick on a Jake. Luckily, his death timer at level 13 low enough that it'll be up in 35 seconds. But that's 35
that
seconds
matters.
of free push.
That matters. Yeah, that's not a free, you know,
the Camelot Kings, they have the ability to buy their time here. All 10 actives up for both teams. All 5 ultimates up for both teams here as well. So you're going to have a full strength fight. So now the Olympus Bolts want to win here. Haddix working his way into the back. He's found what would have been a knockup, but Netrioid uses his beads. Genetics does as well, and a shell got used. But Haddix used his beads in a blink on the other side. Maybe you're feeling okay if you're the Olympus Bolts, the best you could hope for.
Not too bad. Nice stun onto Twig.
Captain Twig has to leap away, and Netrioid has melted Awesome Jake, and the snipes connect onto Barracuda as well. The clock seems to be striking midnight here for the Olympus Bolts. The left side Phoenix gone, Barracuda gone as well. I'm not sure history's going to be rewritten today. The Camelot Kings make their way onto the Titan. Venenu is still around as well, but look at the damage. The Olympus Bolts' hopes are crumbling, and the Camelot Kings take it in 2.
Wow, and not even close either, Dave. I mean, they came in and they dominated. You saw, I don't know if you saw Big Man Tings' tweet earlier today when you wake up and realize that Epsilon's regular season record is on the line, that you are the gatekeepers for that. And he was sweating about it, but I don't think he needed to be because he played great. The rest of the Kings played great. And